There's been more than one in time that I went, because I'm a movie person. I love movies, and there's been more than one time in the movies that I have a hard time dealing with any kind of shit like that. Like there was a time in Florida, I was with my wife at Disney. We went to go see the Hulk, and this was the Hulk with Edward Norton.
Right.
I
I never saw that one, but I know
it
which
was
one you
fun.
mean.
It was good. I mean, at the end, it was a little bit like a video game, too much with the CGI with the big guy, but whatever. It was still fun. But I was into it, because I'm a Marvel geek. I grew up on comic books, so I love that kind of stuff. So I was with my wife. It was how many years ago? We were in that movie theater, and it was like a pack of kids, anywhere from ages 10 to like 15, going in and out of that theater, just running in, just being just obnoxious, and everybody in there is afraid to say anything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So at one point, I'm just like, yo, I just said, so like, listen, hey, do you mind? Can you keep it down? So the little girl goes I'm gonna go get my brother. So she runs out. Now listen, this is a no-win situation. Like all I thought about in my head was, a former UFC champion knocks out 15-year-old. What am I gonna do?
See, I'm just the opposite.
Yeah.
I think mediocre comedian knocked out by 15-year-old.
You thought you'd be in a Cat Williams situation where he got attacked by that kid. I don't know if you ever saw
Oh,
that.
yeah, the video.
Yeah, shoot, man.
Okay, so she's going to get her brother, but you weren't even mean to her. You just said to her, hey, could you...
I was loud because it was ridiculous, man. And they were just obnoxious kids. I don't know where the parents were. So then the kid, who said that to my sister? So they all start coming in.
Wait, the guy came back in?
Oh, yeah, he came. And then this guy right next to this guy with his family stuff is like, hey, you want you all keep it down? I go, hey, dude, why don't you shut up, all right? Because now you're speaking up. I'm being loud. I'm the only guy who has balls to say anything.
Wait, he said to you to be
Well,
loud?
he was like, could you guys keep it down or something like that? Because these kids started coming over to me and my wife. So I told my wife, look, if something happens, just go. I don't want to worry about my wife.
Sure.
Like if something happens. But she's, a fiery Italian. She's like, I'm not going, I'm not going anywhere. So I got to watch out for her. I'm afraid I'm going to have to smack a kid. What am I supposed to do?
Right, that's a different,
That's
so
my
what
situation.
Happened? He's like, who said that?
No. So I walked out with her of the thing, and they were kind of following us out, and then they kind of they just took off. We got our money back.
So you said something to the kid?
Oh yeah, I got loud. But I mean, like, listen, like, I just let him know, hey, don't come in my face, you little punk. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm not gonna get touched by anybody.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're 16 and I mean, these were big kids.
Yeah.
But I'm a 40-year-old man, so at the time I was in my late 30s.
Who said that to my sister? What a dick.
Nah, but
Dick.
They weren't.
I hate people.
They were a bunch of just. They definitely had some issues, these kids. I mean, I don't know where were their parents. They were all over, but it was like a pack of them, So it was funny, man. So it was me and my wife, like, I don't know, anywhere from 8 to 10 to 12 kids following us out. When I mean kids, I mean like young teenagers, but
yeah.
But still, it puts you in a position where you're like, listen, I mean, what is the mature thing to do here? Go get the usher? Is it to tell them to shush? Listen, they fucking don't know how to behave. Their parents are the ones that should be getting smacked.
I think they're almost worse and harder to deal with than adults because they don't understand the consequences of a guy like you punching them in the face.
No, and it's one of those things where, what do you do with that? Like, it's like, you're not going to get pushed over. You're not going to let nobody touch you or your wife or put you in, but at the same time, you could make headlines for smacking a
So would you have said something
minor.
to that guy? He was an adult. He was an adult, and he just kept flipping through his phone. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, this is the age we live in. People are so addicted to their phones. People are so selfish.
Thing,
You would have said something.
Well, I mean, look, there's another time in Long Island where it was a dead night, and it was during the week. Me and my wife went, and then there was a guys that kept going in and out of the theater. These two guys. And they kept going out smoking a cigarette, coming back, or smoking weed, whatever. They kept coming in, and it was only us and them in the theater. So they were being fucking obnoxious. And then they were coming. Then the guy was up above us, started smoking a cigarette. And it was too much. Hey, man, fuck that.
Yeah.
I mean, now it's like, that's when I got up. And now the thing is this. I'm going to these guys fully aware that it could go real south.
Sure.
But then there's times where I bit my tongue. And it so annoyed me when guys were behind me being obnoxious. Well, I'm like, you know what? I'm I'm not gonna. You know what? The guy might mouth off. I might do. I'm just gonna bite my.
You're
tongue.
more afraid of what you're going to do.
Oh no, I'm not afraid of what they're gonna do. I'm afraid.
That's exactly the opposite of my problem.
I'm afraid of just them saying the wrong thing, and then where I come from, it's pretty much all over. But we have that saying where the winner, the loser goes to the hospital, the winner goes to jail. You know what I mean? So that's where I come from, man. So I'm not. I always have that in the back of my mind. Like, man, so I went over to those guys, and they just sort of look in my eye when I order them. I go, hey, dude, man, listen, don't be smoking in here. I don't want to smell that shit. I didn't pay you to smell your smoke. I didn't pay here to smell your smoke.
Yeah, but you said I didn't pay to smell your smoke.
It always comes. Listen, anytime there's a confrontation, it always comes out better when you're in the moment.
So what did you?
No, they put that shit out right away. They knew, they could see. I called their bluff, because they would, young guy.
Matt calls them out like a man would call them out. See, I would try to be a polite, guys.
Well, the thing
if
is
we could not smoke, it would be very appreciated. I would.
But the problem with this, you got to just read what you're talking to.
Right.
Like,
sure.
If it's a guy that's just trying to, I don't know. I sense. I pick up on my instincts kick in.